Now we will learn about grouping data in classes. So classes can help you group related data and function at one place. So as we know that classes can have a data, classes can have a function or methods, and classes can also have constructor method as well. So let's try. We have a class students, okay. And in this one, we have two datas. Name is equal to, I can say, unknown. Okay, this is, and then we have age, and that is equal to 0. So keep in mind, these are our class variable. Okay, and this is also our class variable. By default, they are public. Okay, we have private class variable, and we have a private variable, and we have public variable. So this is the public variable. Public variable means that you can access these variables outside the class. So now this class is complete. We are done with the class. So I can make a line something like that to distinguish it. Now let's create a variable for this class or object of this class. S1 is an object of this class. Okay, so this is how we can create the object. By the way, you can also say this is an object, or you can also say instance. Okay, and similarly for S1 you can say this is the object variable or instance variable. So S1 is our is an instance variable. Okay, so S1 is an instance variable. Now what we will do is we'll create another variable, and let's see. Oh, you have to say equal sign. Now let's try to print the variable. So basically this is what we are learning, that we can group all our data into the class. So let's try to, so we print S1 dot print, sorry, S1 dot name. So we'll print S1 dot name, and then we can print S1 dot age. Then what we'll do is we'll change the variable. We can say S1 dot name is equal to Alice, and S1 dot age is equal to 20. And then I'll say print S1 name and print S1. So now if you see, when we run this program, so we saw that the first time, by default, when he created the object, the default value was unknown and 0. And when we say print it, so it printed the default value, unknown and 0. We change the value. We change the value of the class. And by the way, here we are not changing the value of the class variable. Munaza, यार जुल्म करें दे मेरे नाल ये अलाई बंद कर मेरे दरवाजा बंद कर दे we change which actually we didn't change the variable. We created a new instance variable at this point in time. Okay, so and then we printed that value. So for example, if I say something like that, print S2. Now keep in mind that S2 will contain the original value, and these two variables are the new variables of S1 object. So they are the instance variable. So since we didn't change the S2 variable, so basically when we say we didn't change, basically we did not create a new variable of S2, and you can see that. Okay, so we type unknown and 0, and then we change the S1 variable. So these are the two new instance variable of S1 object. And when we printed S2, so S2 is sharing the same class data, which was available by default. Similarly, if I just go back, if I say, okay, I want to print the class variable, so I can use the class name as well. So I can say student not name because it's a class variable, so I should be able to access with the class name as well. So let's try. And now you will see that we will have two time unknown. So this one is for the S2 object, and this one is for student.name and student.age. And this is the new variable that is created for S1, new instance variable for S1 object. So in case we didn't add the object variable, we can create the variable like that in this one as well. So this was the example of grouping the data. Now, we do have constructor method. Constructor method always start like that, double underscore init and double underscore. So let's go back and see. So imagine if I put this data into a constructor, okay, double underscore init, double underscore, and then I say self, comma, okay, that's it. Self like that and colon close. So this is our, we have to have something like that. So now this is my instance variable. This is no more a class variable. So let me fix this part, and I say, and this is public, okay? This is public instance variable. This is instance variable public. And now I created, let's create one object. And I say I want to print it like that. So I will create an object and I will try to print s1.name and s1.age. Okay. Imagine what it will print. Let's see. Oh, we got an error message. Reason being, he says that, okay, in line 18, what is the line 18 is this one. Okay, in this one, he says this s1.name, not an attribute. So no attribute has like that. Because we did not say self. Keep in mind, guys, so when we are creating instance variable in the constructor method, we have to say self. You have to say self. Okay, so this is done. Now we can create a variable. We can just run it. And now you can see that we created the instance variable and we printed it. Now, is it possible that I can access this variable with the help of a class name? It should not be, and let's try that. Okay, let's see if we can access the student name. Student.name is not accessible because it doesn't belong to the class variable. So let's remove this line because this is not true. Now this is our and run it again to see. Okay, so this is our constructor variable, that constructor method that has two variables. These are the instance variable and they are public. They're public because we can access them outside the class. So you see here, we are accessing this variable outside the class. If you want, you can change the name of the name is equal to Alice. Okay, and s1.age is equal to 20. And now you will see that you'll get Alice and 20 because we are changing the. So these are accessible outside the class. That is why they are all public. So I hope you understand this concept. So hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.